Hi, I'm Rachel, the Messy Minimalist. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my first homeschool edition video. In this video, I just want to talk to you about our minimalist approach to homeschooling. With COVID-19 and the pandemic and all of the craziness in the world, we just didn't feel comfortable sending our kindergartner to school. So we chose to start homeschooling, and this was about 6 weeks ago when we first just made the plunge to do it. And I just want to give confidence to anybody out there who is either doing virtual learning and thinking about maybe switching to homeschool, or who is doing homeschool but struggling to either, work on their curriculum or struggling to keep a schedule, just to give your kids the education that they need. I want to give you the confidence to continue your homeschool journey with your children, or to start your homeschool journey if you're on the fence about it. Even though the school year has already begun, it's not too late to decide to homeschool if you think that that's right for you and if you think it's safer for you. So let's just jump right into it. So let me give my disclaimer here, and it is that I am not a homeschool teacher. I'm not an expert with homeschool. I've never homeschooled before. Actually, I should track back. I am a homeschool teacher. Now I am a homeschool teacher, but I wasn't before. We're all in the same boat. We might not be qualified teachers, but for homeschool, if you're willing to take a more minimalist approach, it's not as scary as it sounds.
Morning has come, night is away. We rise with the sun to welcome the day.
Let me just tell you our schedule. My daughters wake up and my husband wakes up at about 6:30, 7 in the morning, and they have their morning routine. He makes coffee for our guests in the office, he gets our business up and running, he gets the girls up and running, gets them food, and does whatever it is they do in the morning because I'm sleeping during that time. So I get to sleep in till about 9 o'clock-ish, which works for our family, and then when I wake up, I get ready for the day, I roll out of bed, and it's my turn to kind of engage with the girls. Our girls have their best playtime from 9 to 10. They have a really excellent energy. They're usually doing a lot of good independent play. So for us, we like to let our girls kind of roll with that playtime. That gives us time to do work that we have around our business. It gives us time just to have self-care, whatever that might mean, whether it's eating food, showering, and nourishing ourselves in any capacity, be it nourishing our brains or nourishing our bodies. But that's a good time for us to take care of us. So our kids will have their independent play in the morning from 9 to 10:30 or so, and then we start homeschool. Homeschool for us is a really, really simple part of our day, and it consists of us going to our dining table. If it's not already cleared off from the morning, we will clear off the table completely so there is nothing on the table. If you have like a decoration or something that's in the middle, you can just slide that to the side of the table or just remove it altogether. And then from there, we basically start our school. I for iguana. So school is from around 10:30 to 11:30, 12. Really just depends what we're working on that day. But that's our core school time and our core learning time. My daughter is in kindergarten, and I will say, right off the bat, I recognize that homeschooling with a kindergartner is going to be quite a bit different than homeschooling with even a fourth grader or a middle schooler or a high schooler. That being said, we do our homeschool for about 1 to maybe 2 hours a day, but basically 1 to 1.5 hours a day. And then after that, my 5-year-old steps away from the table. She gets to go do a little bit of independent play while I prep my 2-year-old for her nap. And during my 2-year-old's nap time, we will do a couple of different things. We will do either TV time for my 5-year-old so she can be quiet, have a break, just relax. We will do some sort of outdoor time where we just get out of the house, again, keep the house quiet for my youngest to nap. Or we will do online learning games where she can use like ABC Mouse, Lingo Kids, Khan Academy Kids is another good one, sort of a self-guided kids learning app. And that can be something that occupies her entire, 2 hours, or she might get bored of it and we'll move on to something else. But during that time, that's another moment of mommy, daddy independence. So we are doing other stuff from 12:30 to 3. And this is especially noteworthy if you are trying to work from home and trying to get something done in your day too. It's not that we don't want to be with our kids 24/7, it's that during this time, you need time for you too. You do have to clock in your hours for work or have to have self-care, take a phone call or a conference call, fill in the blank. It's definitely important to work that into your schedule and not feel like homeschool has to be the entire day, solid attention, parent and child. And then after that, nap time ends, our day continues as it would. There's no schooling at the rest of the day. It's literally, it's just our family time and in our own schedule that you probably don't care about because it doesn't matter. So you're probably wondering what our curriculum is that we are following, and we are doing a combination of different curriculums. I just can't. I know that I can't follow one rigid curriculum. Structure is a wonderful thing for children. Unfortunately for our family, too much structure doesn't work for us. We need flexibility. And it depends on the kind of kid you have too. So, your child might do very well with the structure, and your child might be more on the creative side and have, lots of side questions and ideas. And if you want to continue child-led learning, that means there might be a couple different side paths that you take throughout the day or throughout your lesson. And we love to encourage that. So if a question comes up that's not part of our workbooks for that day, but it's a question that, to me feels like a great learning opportunity, we'll go down that path. So we are doing a combination of Oak Meadow homeschool curriculum, which is a little bit expensive. At the same time, now that I've gotten into it for several weeks, I don't know that you need to invest in so much material like Oak Meadow for that first year, because with kindergarten, there's not that much that we're learning. I'm just gonna be like, that's just my honest feeling. It's not that much. A lot of it is things that you as a parent probably are qualified to teach on your own and engage your child in a way that you know that they can be engaged. But it does have a lot of really interesting, fun activities. And I think for a parent who doesn't want to sit down and think about activities and you want the ideas presented to you, that's a really great curriculum to follow, to just present the ideas to you and to give you activities to do with your kids. So that is a wonderful thing, and I really like Oak Meadow for that reason. We also chose to get BrainQuest workbooks, $9 to $12 per book. It's a solid book of worksheets, activities, things of that nature for kids to engage in and learn the material that is grade level appropriate. So it's very heavy on language arts. There's a lot of math in there. I would say those are its two strongest points, but in general, there's also logic and a few extra bonus materials. I really love these workbooks, and the reason that I love them is because they are fun, and some days my child wants to she just wants to keep going. And I think that, rather than feeling like you have to force your kid to do their workbook pages, you almost have to say like, whoa, let's slow down. Let's just, let's let this material simmer and we'll give it a day. So I think that it's just a fun way to mix up what feels like more traditional learning. We do a rewards system. It's a fun thing that just helps keep your child motivated. On our fridge, we just have a piece of paper, and every day that she completes a lesson, she gets a sticker. When we get 10 stickers, she gets to pick some kind of fun, experiential reward. Fortunately, you don't even need to go out and buy stickers, because if you do the BrainQuest workbooks, then it comes with a bunch of stickers in the back. So we just pull one of the stickers off. If she's completed her lesson for the day, she gets a sticker. The biggest piece of advice I could give, and the thing that I think really helped give us the confidence to go down the homeschool path, is to talk with your local school about what the children will be learning in that classroom. Get an idea of what the big milestones are that you need to hit. If you don't feel like you have access to speak with the instructors at that school, this is typically information that I think is standardized, and you could find online as well, or what are the typical milestones of a kindergartner? What are the typical milestones for a first grader, a fourth grader, a seventh grader? And again, most homeschool law is going to specifically say that you need to cover every single course: science, math, English, social studies, and so it is important that you touch on all of those subjects, but specifically you need to be concerned not about if you hit a subject or not, but what milestones your kid is going to need to meet in case you do decide to go back into the school system down the road. So for us, we gained so much confidence just finding a checklist and then, speaking with the instructor about what those milestones are. We found out specifically relating to reading and letters and sounds and math, what are the kids there going to be covering? What are they expected to know when they get to the next grade level? And then how can we integrate that into our program? So for us, that made it really easy to look at these different curriculums and say, yeah, I'm going to take some of this one, I'm going to take some of this one, and then I'm going to do a little bit of my own learning because this is fun and this is how I'm going to engage with my child. That was what gave us the most confidence to jump into this process. So if you have any questions for me about homeschooling that you think I can shed any light on, or questions specifically about, say, the Oak Meadow curriculum or about our blended curriculums that we're doing, please feel free to leave those questions in the comments. I will come through and try to answer as many as I can. Again, my goal here isn't to be a homeschool expert. Sometimes the best way to learn about something is to just jump right in and do it, and I genuinely believe that that's true in this case. I don't think any of us need to be scared about homeschooling. And, there's a lot of unknowns this year, a lot of craziness going on in the world, a lot of things to be scared about. Homeschooling shouldn't be one of those things. So if I can give you the confidence to jump into it, I'd like to do that. Feel free to shoot any questions in the comments. I will do my best to answer them. If you liked this video, please subscribe. If you're interested in any of our other minimalist, at-home, living, messy lifestyle, but we're trying videos, subscribe and give it a thumbs up. That's right. I hate asking for that kind of thing, but apparently that's just what you're supposed to do. Thanks, and I'll see you guys next time. For a complete list of my kindergarten homeschool starter materials and more information, you can visit my blog, messyminimalist.com.